want to talk about the film we saw last day. We saw that some reasons that helped create the show first, and after that also the documentary, were the teachers, the ones that were teaching dancing, for example. Do you think as an actor you could be also a good teacher of acting? And also as president, what do you think is the future of the European filmmaking?
I've done some classes as an actress. I gave some classes. Actually, I was in a class of Vera Gregg, who was my teacher when I was 18 and 19. And there was a moment she was sick, and she asked me to replace her. So I was like taken aback because I didn't expect it, but I did my best, what I could. But also I was my mother was when I was 12 years old was put a class together. So I was playing with her, because she was. She had a theater class, and so I learned with her, and then that, of course, I de-learned everything I learned, because that's what you need to do. You have to de-learn everything. And at school, I remember I imitated her. When I was 15, I came to Paris. I lived with my sister, and at school I had a class when I was 16 during lunchtime. So I loved the idea of working with friends, and so I had it in me, I would say. And there was a certain time when I was doing Lovers on the Bridge, Les Amants du Pont-Neuf. It had been so difficult, the shooting. I thought I was gonna quit acting. So I asked one of my teachers, Jean-Pierre Martineau, if we could revisit some of the classes he had given me in order to teach, to stop, because I really wanted to stop. And he said to me, "Yeah, okay, we'll go through everything you want, but you go back to acting because we need you." So I said, "Okay," but it's always been in me, yes, somehow. But I learned also, once I remember going to see a friend of mine, an actress, and giving her advice, and I felt she was so hurt. I thought after that I will never ever say anything anymore, because unless somebody asks you specifically, but I think it's better to not try to help, if I may say. But of course I'm thinking sometimes of giving classes, because I love it. I did workshops with a friend of mine, Maï Saraceni, who asked me to be sharing a workshop with her. And I did it, and I loved it, because you're not like on the grill having to burn, and it's you find the key to open this place or that place, and it feels wonderful because you see it evolving. It feels very powerful in a way, and you don't have to be on the grill like having to die each time. But like that, I haven't done it for a while.
Well, there was another question about the future of European cinema, which is like vast, huge
subject. That's true.
Do you want to touch upon it, or?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what do you want to know about European filmmaking? I think it's so rich, and so that. I mean, our strength is our differences.
Mm-hmm.
Our differences are making us united, and I really felt that during the last European Film Academy ceremony. I never felt as European as that night, because the way that Mark Cousins put shows the footage, the history of cinema as well as the more recent cinema, and asking questions, and also putting the presenters, real people of the craft they're presenting, and an editor, presenting the editor awards, or a DP presenting the DP awards. It makes sense, because you want to learn about their craft, you want to learn what they do, and it was beautiful to see that. I feel very excited to come back to come to Greece and have our EFA ceremony with that spirit, of learning about cinema, and coming out of this ceremony not as a TV show, but as a place where you learn about this art form. It's an art form. It's not only a business.
Absolutely. Do you have another question?
How are you? You cold?